Muhammad wajil farajahum.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. Assalamu alaikum, children. I hope you and your families are all doing well today. Today will be the second of the eight Majalis we will be having this Muharram, inshallah. And I hope that you all learned how sad of a month Muharram is for us, and I hope you also learned about how we commemorate this holy month. And as you know, we can't leave Imam Hussein alone during this time, and so we will be doing these majalis for the next 6 days as well, inshallah. Now I would like to call Sister Masuma to please come and join us and salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wajil farajahum. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wajil farajahum. Nara hadari nare salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala Sayyidina wa Nabiyyina wa Habibi qulubina wa Tabibi nufusina wa Shafi'i zunubina Abil Qasim Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wajil farajahum.
وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين من يومنا هذا إلى يوم الدين والجنة للمطيعين والنهار للعاسين صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد.
أما بعد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, children. I hope you remember that yesterday we talked about how Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, we talked about Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, our first prophet, and today, and how he had two sons named Qabil and Habil. Qabil was the bad brother and Habil was the good brother. So, after a long time, Hazrat Adam had grandchildren and their grandchildren had grandchildren. And so that means that people grew on earth. There were a lot of people. And so many of those people were good and some of them were bad. And the bad people, what they did wrong was they would fight with each other, and for no reason they would fight with each other. You guys don't do that, right? You don't fight with your brother and sister for no reason? No, right? Yeah. So, Hazrat Allah had chosen a Nabi so he can guide his people to the right path. And that Nabi was Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam. So, read a salawat, please.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
And another thing they would do wrong is that they would not obey Allah. They would not listen to Allah, and they wouldn't believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam would tell his people that this is not good what they're doing, it's wrong. But people would not listen. And Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam grew old, and what happened was that he was tired. He was so tired that he complained to Allah. He told Allah that these people don't listen to me. So he told Allah, and Allah ordered him to make an ark. Do you know what an ark is? An ark is like a ship. It keeps people safe from a lot of water. So Allah told him to build an ark. So right away he went on building an ark, And then when it took him about 60 to 50 years,
Yes.
50 to 60 years to build the ark. We don't know the exact time. So it was 50 to 60 years to build it. And the people, when they would look at him building the ark, they would laugh.
Yeah.
And they would tease him, but he wouldn't care because he knew that he's on the right path. Hazrat Nuh is on the right path.
Yeah.
And later, those people that are laughing, they would be scared. They would be frightened because of Allah's punishment on them.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد.
And when he was done building the ark, he did the exact thing that Allah ordered him to do. He invited the good people with him inside, and he also got a pair of each kind of animal to come in the ark with him. So one day there was a very dark sky, and the place where the flood, because that was the punishment, the flood where it started was Masjid al-Kufa. So from this place the flood started, and before it was raining really lightly, but then it went harder and harder. So the bad people, so after the water was filled everywhere and the bad people were not laughing now, they were scared. They were frightened by the punishment that Allah had gave them. So, and the good people that were with Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam, they were in the ark and they were all dry and safe. And so were the animals. Now, Brother Muhammad Ali, can you please tell me whose story I just told you about? Good job, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam. And Sister Sakina, can you please tell me that what did those people do wrong that Allah gave them the punishment? What did they do?
They didn't believe in Allah, and
Yes, they didn't believe in Allah. And then and another thing they did wrong was
they fought for no reason.
yes, they fought for no reason with each other. And Brother Mustafa, can you please tell me the place where the storm flood started?
Masjid al-Kufa.
Yes, Masjid al-Kufa. And the place where it stopped was Najaf. So the place where it stopped was? Yes, the flood stopped in Najaf. And so your all answers are correct. Now you have all heard the story of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam. And as you noticed, I hope you noticed that Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam listened to Allah even though he was getting teased. And that was his test, that he would always have to listen to Allah and believe in him. And we are supposed to obey Allah as well. And Hazrat Nuh, the prophets, the Imam alayhi salam, we are supposed to listen to them too. So they are all our examples to how we are supposed to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You should know that Allah wants us to obey all the Imams as well. They are the closest to Allah, so what Allah orders them to do, they do, and what Imam order us to do, we have to do. Do you know the best example for this? He is Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam. Who is he?
Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam.
Yes. Do you know that Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam, is the son of Imam Ali alayhi salam? Yes, Imam Ali alayhi salam is our first Imam. So he is the son of Imam Ali alayhi salam and Bibi Bani salamullahi alayha. He had so much patience. And he was also the brother of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, our third Imam, Imam Hassan alayhi salam, our second Imam, Bibi Zainab salamullahi alayha, and Bibi Kulthum salamullahi alayha. So what he did was that he was very patient. And when remember how I told you yesterday about how Imam left Medina? Yeah, to go to Karbala. So he planned to Karbala. And when Imam Hussein's caravan reached a certain place, the horses stopped and they wouldn't go further. And what happened was that they tried changing horses because maybe there was something wrong with the horse, right? But the horses would still not go further. And then Imam Hussein alayhi salam asked the people that were over there that what is this place called? And they said that one person said that it is called Qadisiyah. Someone else said this place is called Nanawa. Yeah. And finally a person said that this place is called Karbala. And when he heard this, he picked up the sand of Karbala and he smelt it. And he said, A'udhu billahi min Karbala. I am the one who will be slaughtered here. Our men and kids will be killed here. And even though after all this, when Yazid, the bad Khalifa, he is the bad Khalifa, meaning king, when his army asked them to move their tents away from the water, then Hazrat Abbas, Imam Hussein's brother, did not like this. Because when you move away from the water, how can you drink water, right?
Right.
And you come from the battlefield and you're thirsty, how would you drink water? So Hazrat Abbas, and they also had kids with them. So Hazrat Abbas was about to take out his sword to fight. But Imam Hussein alayhi salam stopped him. And he was the Imam of that time. And he stopped him. And so he said to him that it is not, right now it's not the time to fight. And do you know what Hazrat Abbas did? He obeyed. He listened to the Imam. And right away he put his head down in obedience. So and I would like to tell you that Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam never got to fight. Even on the day of Ashura, he didn't get to fight because he was killed by the Yazid's army. And we are going through this hard time, and he showed us that even in that hard time, he still obeyed Imam. He still listened to Imam. So we are supposed to do the same as well. He showed us. So we are supposed to listen to him. And let's pray that may Allah give us tawfiq or strength to follow our Imams. The 12 Imams, and also the Imam of the time, Imam Mahdi alayhi salam. And may we join his army when he reappears and become Nasiran, Ilahi Ameen. And how can we do this? Do you know who our examples are? How can we follow? How can we be in his Nasiran?
Yeah.
We can follow our Marajas.
Yeah.
We follow them so that when the Imam comes, we are ready. We are ready to join his army. Inshallah, may Allah give a long life to our Marajas, and all our Marajas, especially to Ayatollah Sistani and Rahbar Muazzam Sayyid Ali Khamenei. Can everybody read Dua Imam Zaman? Bismillah
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma kulli waliyaka hujjatin min al-Hasan salawatuka alayhi wa ala fi kulli sa'at wa fi kulli sa'at
وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وأينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد أرجل الفردوس.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد السلام عليك يا نبي الله السلام عليك يا وجهة الله السلام عليك يا رسول الله السلام عليك يا باعث الهدى السلام عليك يا حبيب الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله السلام عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين وابن السيد الوسيم السلام عليك يا ابن فاطمة الزهراء السيدة النساء العالمين السلام عليك يا مولاي يا وعلى أنصارك المستشهدين معك جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام عليك يا غريب الغرباء السلام عليك يا معين الضعفاء والفقراء السلام عليك يا مغيث الشيعة والزوار في يوم الجزاء السلام عليك يا عنيس النفوس السلام عليك أيها المدفون بأرض طوس السلام عليك وعلى أبائك السبعة وأبنائك الأربعة ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام عليك يا صاحب العصر والزمان السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن السلام عليك يا إمام الإنس والجان السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن السلام عليك يا قامع الكفر والطغيان السلام عليك يا دافع الظلم والعدوان أجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله مخرجك وزورك ورحمة الله وبركاته
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
Husain